Well, happy Monday, everyone. Bonnie and Greg Dixon here, healthywealthycamper.com. And today, Bonnie's going to talk to you about digestion. So take it away.
Well, thanks, Greg. I appreciate it. Today, though, I'm going to do a side note on digestion, and it's about detoxing. And it's both very, very similar in the sense that people talk about digestion, detoxing, um, and for me, detoxing, our body already does it. And there's all these detox teas, detox powders, everything. But it's simply they're promising to flush toxins from your body, but your body's already doing it. Now, mind you, sometimes there's overloads. A friend of mine just found out her water that she's been drinking for 30 years has too much manganese in it. And it came on as it showed itself as a neurological issue. And when they tested their water, oh my gosh, so truly now she is working with a naturopath to detox from manganese. Highly unusual, but it's all about us paying attention to our body. Now, I'm going to kind of do both. We'll talk about digestion and detoxing, but I just want you to know digestion plays into the detoxing. So with digestion, we want to make sure that we're paying attention to what we're eating. So for some of us, it's really hard to digest fats from like when you eat French fries and fried foods and lots of foods that have all sorts of preservatives like processed meats, salami, hot dogs, that sort of thing. And our body will try to digest it, but sometimes it gets all too much and then we get a belly ache. And when we get a belly ache, that's when I want you to pay attention. And so what I've done over the many years is avoid the foods that really bother me. And then also, if I need to, I can take a digestive, all-encompassing enzyme. Now, enzymes are super, super wonderful for helping you digest because as we grow older, when we're younger, we produce, get this, about a quart a day of hydrochloric acid. And we also, as we eat fresh foods, like say fresh pineapple, there's actually enzymes in it already. Fresh foods have that. That's why it's good to eat, an apple, a pineapple, a fresh salad. Those all have enzymes in there to help you digest. But if not, you can also use digestive enzymes in the form of tablets or capsules. So I'm kind of going into a little two directions. We're talking about digestion that leads into the detoxing. So if you make it an easier load on your body, not to have to digest heavy, heavy foods, and it could look like this. You have the same thing every day. You have some cereal in the morning. Then you have a sandwich at lunch, and then you have pasta at dinner. You're eating the same thing all the time. You're not even varying your foods very much. You want to vary your foods. Now, your liver is your star player in digestion. Your stomach, your liver. And what I want to say to you is your liver is your star player. It's doing its job. Your it's filtering everything. Sorry about that. So why do we feel better though when we say we've detoxed? It's because we've lightened the load on the body. We're usually feeling pretty perky. It's not that we're flushed out, it's that we've lightened the load. Now, beware of the detox teas, by the way. A lot of them are full of senna, S-E-N-N-A, used occasionally for constipation, used all the time for weight loss and detoxing. Your body actually can become dependent. So don't do that. If you're having diarrhea and you think you're detoxing, you're not. You're just having diarrhea. It's a laxative effect. Now, a medical detox is different. You're under supervision and they are working with you and that could be for withdrawal, drug withdrawal, alcohol dependence, toxic exposure, and supervised by healthcare professionals like my girlfriend. Now, for the average healthy person, which is probably me and you, drink water. That is a wonderful thing to keep everything flowing. Just think of a tube in your body from your mouth all the way to your anus. You've got this long tube and you're putting food in it. Now, if you get constipated, the food's packing up and it's not moving. But when you drink water and you eat adequate fiber, then that helps keep the tube, everything moving throughout the tube. So that's part of, quote, detoxing and digestion. And it's really important to know that, it's all one and the same. It's this amazing thing that we have in our body that takes food, it's digesting it, it's filtering it, it's absorbing the nutrition, and it's eliminating what we don't need. So we're in control of that. And if we're not in control, that's when we want to work with someone that knows what they're doing. Because if it's too fast, you might not be absorbing enough nutrition. And if it's too slow, you can actually feel sick because then you're reabsorbing any of the things that you need to eliminate from your body. So let's see here. So we want to drink enough water to keep everything flowing. You want to eat enough fiber-rich foods. And back to, food. Beans are high in fiber. Oats are high in fiber. Vegetables. Lettuce, by the way, has like zero fiber. People think it has fiber. It doesn't really. Meat has zero fiber. Eggs have zero fiber. They have protein. So you want to balance those out. So do your diet diary so you can see how your digestion is working. And it also, using those enzymes can help you break the food down so you can absorb more nutrition. Used on a regular basis, they're not harmful and they're very helpful because, again, we produced a lot when we're younger. And by the time you're my age at almost 70, you're probably not producing as much. And so it's helpful to keep doing that. Now, here's a tip. If you're out drinking with your buddies or you're out with a crowd and you're at a restaurant and you get indigestion, ask for Angostura bitters. Bitters help you create the enzymes when it hits the tongue to help digestion. So there's a lot of little tricks here. Now, get enough protein, though. That balance. Try to get your balance going in. So if you're going to have lunch and you have a piece of cheese and you have a piece of fruit, and if you want a piece of high fiber bread, that's a pretty good lunch. Or sometimes I like to make hummus with some carrots. That's a really fun thing to do. And reach out to me for some recipes if you'd like. I make glory bowl dressing. Man, that is delicious, highly nutritious dressing that can go on garbanzo beans. And you can mix the garbanzo beans, say, with cucumbers and have an onion if you like, and have a really nice little fun lunch that way too. Now, moving. Oh my gosh. Moving goes along not only with digestion, but helping your bowels move. Helps the peristalsis move your bowels. So if you're constipated, you're not having good digestion. You want to make sure everything's moving through that big tube from mouth to anus. You want to keep it moving. Now, if you're sleeping too much, sometimes you'll get constipated and your body just slows right down. So back to when you get up, move gently, but move. Hopefully you can do a 10, 15-minute walk in the morning or longer. That is a wonderful time of day. Or after you've had a little lunch, go for a little walk. Or after dinner, a little bit of movement will help with digestion. And limit your alcohol. I'm not saying don't drink. What I'm saying is you don't need 5 glasses of wine or 4 or 5 beers. One will usually suffice. And to get those, the relaxed feelings. Now, red wine has more, in a sense, nutrition than white wine. But if you're looking for polyphenols, for antioxidants. Now, before spending money on a detox, back to detox, I want you to consider looking at your diet, what you can add and what you can subtract from your diet. So you may not even need, quote, a detox. Again, most of those, if you read the ingredients, have laxative herbs in there. And I don't recommend that necessarily. It's better to be under care of supervision if you're going to do a fast or a big, quote, detox. But most of the time, you can just gently shift what you're eating, shift what you're slightly doing, and you're going to feel better for it. So, with digestion, with, quote, detoxing, which your body does every day, 24/7, you can do this. It's easy, it's fun. And you know what? Look for some recipes for fun vegetarian foods. Sometimes just a few extra vegetables is all you need. For instance, if you make an omelet in the morning, add some cooked broccoli from the night before. That's a way to add more vegetables. One of my friends, he actually does the reverse. He actually had his salad with vegetables for his first main meal of the day. And that is a way to get in those extra veggies. So anyway, I've kind of chattered on two different topics, but I want you to know you can do this and you'll feel better for it. So with that, Greg, I think I've given everybody lots to think about today. He'll be back in a moment.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, for sure. Yep. So I thought we were talking digestion today. So I posted the article at healthywealthycamper.com, and but we got it all in. We got the digestion.
We kind of got it all. I realized what I had grabbed was what I wrote for next week. So
yeah. So that's okay. And anyway, so that's all good. It's all good. It's all related anyway.
You know, this is the point that I guess I was trying to make when I realized what I'd done. But it is all related. Your digestion is part of the body, quote, detoxing, which is such a funny word. It's digestion from start to finish. And when we say detox, our body knows what to eliminate generally. Now, sometimes when we are fat, if we have too much fat on our bodies, it will hang on to things that we don't really want.
Yeah.
And so by releasing and adding more vegetables to our diet, more fruits, we can actually release those things that they call toxins, which where our body is so smart, it knows what to do with them and it will store them away. But sometimes we want to release them. So it's all about digestion, fruit and vegetables, movement, water, simple stuff.
Movement and water. So it's a balanced diet and movement and water. And most people are in pretty good shape with that.
Well, they'll feel better for it. And here's the funny thing. Once you feel a little better, you can feel a lot better. Sometimes we feel so bad, we don't even know where to start. So start small. Just write down what you're eating without judgment and say, what can I add to my diet and what can I delete from my diet? And most of the time, it's simpler than you think.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So there we go. So just enjoy your day and get some exercise, get outside, see the outside world and drink lots of fluids.
Yeah. And if you'd like some help, reach out to me. I have some the LifeWave products that can be very helpful for you if you want to start moving more without hurting. It's amazing how once you feel better, you move more. And when you move more, everything's working better.
Everything's working. Mo better. Okay. So you want to get mo better, talk to Bonnie.
That's right. You want to get more better, talk to Bonnie. See you next week.